Bitcoin, it's volatile. You probably noticed. Look at the chart going around social media right now. And the argument basically goes that whenever Bitcoin hits periods of very low volatility, that the next major move in price is always going to be higher. Now, I'm going to repeat that because it's very important. It's a very interesting video and it's very educational and value-filled, so you should probably check it out. The next major move is always higher. It's quite a claim and it caught my attention. By the way, it just happened again with Bitcoin bumping to new all-time highs this week. So just FYI, it's a valid signal. So in today's video, let's delve deep into Bitcoin volatility charts to see how much water this claim holds and see what other conclusions we can draw from it, okay? So let's get straight into it. One of our favorite chart guys over on X, CryptoCon, shared this chart a few days ago. By the way, shout out, make sure you give him a follow. Great dude, posting good charts. Have a look at this here. You can see from the chart that it appears that whenever Bitcoin hits critically low levels of volatility, as for example we've had recently, that Bitcoin always pumps higher after that. The conclusion here then becomes that this historical volatility this low, has only ever been seen before the final stages of a bull run. There's been no bearish examples, and simply put, the cycle top run is still ahead of us. So yes, very exciting week. Great. Nice to see new all-time highs, but we're going way, way higher. Now that's the type of bullish propaganda that I can get behind. So look, check this claim. We've created the chart. Let's have a look at it. You can see here we're on the logarithmic time scale on the weekly charts. The historical volatility, you'll see down at the bottom. And just to get some technical clarity on this, by the way, historical volatility, that measures how much price moves over a specific time period. Basically, what you're putting here is lots of price movement or a big price swing, either up or down into an easily readable chart. It means volatility readings go up or down during those scenarios, okay? Very minor price swings or lots of sideways price action means volatility readings go down. So the more the price moves, the more volatility reading goes up. The less the price moves, the lower it is. Now, before we break down this valuable indicator more for you guys, if you're trading these markets, you're trading Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, whatever you might be trading, you need to go exchange to do that on. That place is BitUnix. Go check it out. There's a link right down below here. It's a no KYC exchange. It means that it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can trade on BitUnix. You can long the rips, short the dips, use leverage, all kinds of fun tools, spot altcoins, whatever you want to do. And there's some insane deals right now. If you want to get signed up using the link right down below here, you'll get up to $400 in deposit bonus. You deposit $1,000, get $200 back. You deposit $2,000, about $400 cash money back into your account, which is crazy stuff. And you get up to $9,000 in trading bonus. That's a lot of trading bonus. If you're a big trader and you're doing a lot of trades, it's not crazy to hit those kind of volumes and get a serious amount of cash back, okay? Link down below, go check it out. Okay, so diving into this chart, my attention gravitates to any volatility reading below 30. We've indicated that deviation with this white horizontal line. For me, readings below 30 appear to be historical or critically low readings. So let's look at times when Bitcoin's volatility has dipped below 30. Note what happened to the price afterwards, and then discuss any other relevant details you might see popping up. So the first hit we got was at the beginning of 2013. We're going right back in ancient history here, but it's important to understand the validity of this concept. So what happened to Bitcoin's price after that? Well, it ripped your face off. Okay, a lot of people lost faces back then. RIP to your face, guys. But they bought new faces because they got so rich. It's fine. The other major note here is that Bitcoin's first halving had just occurred 2 months earlier. So I've marked that here with the vertical white line. Okay, so our second hit, it then happened in June of 2015. Bitcoin's price did chop a little bit around, okay? But the price overall trended higher over the following several months or so. The third and fourth hits occurred in May and in the fall of 2016. You'll also notice that Bitcoin's second halving occurred in between them as well in July of 2016. Both were winners in terms of major price moves following, especially so with the fall 2016 volatility low. That basically came before an absolutely massive 20x run up in Bitcoin's price from around $1,000 to around $20,000. We may be in a similar situation right now where things go much higher than people are going to think. And I'm not saying a 20x move, but we're going significantly higher. The fifth reading happened in March of 2019, basically in the depths of a really brutal bear market. We got a bear market rally. Wouldn't you know it, of course, Bitcoin rallied 250% after that low volatility reading. Bitcoin then again had its third halving in May of 2020, and then we got a very tiny low volatility print that August. The price had a very small dip for about 2 weeks following the reading. Man, I remember those times. That was just like watching paint dry. The volatility was just dead. Then the price ripped a 467% move upwards. The seventh hit came in September 2023. This, of course, we had the Bitcoin ETF catalyst getting everyone excited. Bitcoin ripped 187% afterwards. Now, I'm going to zoom in on the chart here to finish off the rest of these, okay? And then we'll zoom back out. So we had a very slight hit in January of 2024, okay? Well, Bitcoin was in the midst of ripping higher. All good there. Then the April 2024 Bitcoin halving occurred. And just after that, in May of 2024, we had another low volatility print. Now you'll notice here that Bitcoin's price did dip 27% within the following 2 months. We had the Japanese yen carry trade crisis, but prices overall increased by 58%. Now, if you zoom out by about 6 months, you'll see something interesting. Turning to February of this year, we had another low print. The price here then chopped sideways and down over the next 6 weeks, okay? But over the next 3 months, it still gained 27%. Interesting. Leading up to our final print, which we're basically living in right now as Bitcoin's breaking out to new all-time highs this week. So let me ask you this question. Given everything we've just reviewed, do you think the price goes up or down from here as we exit a period of very low volatility, a signal that has generally coincided with major moves to the upside? Like we're talking major moves, so Bitcoin's not, it's up a few percent this week into a new all-time high, but we're looking at 150K as the next major local top, okay? The correct answer here is, of course, that the price is going to go up, obviously. We just analyzed every time Bitcoin's volatility has dipped below 30. This has happened approximately 9 times before. 6 of these times, the price basically started ripping straight after the print. And in 3 of the occurrences, the price immediately dipped. Okay, so these volatility readings don't necessarily give a great indication all the time of immediate up or down price action. And those price dips were anywhere 15 to 25% over the following month or two. But it then did rip higher. It's kind of the final pulling off of the plaster, okay? So over the next 3 to 6 months, the price was always higher after this reading, even if it went short, if it even went down in the short term. So the statement from CryptoCon is, of course, correct. The only caveat I would add is that it's definitely possible the prices can pull back for a month or two before finally ripping much higher. Maybe tariff fears or something spook the markets again, or gosh knows what. But overall, it's very interesting data, and I think it's an interesting conversation to have, and frankly, it's some very good signal. These volatility readings, as we've discussed many times in the channel, they don't always tell you very clearly if we're going to immediately go up or down, even though in a bull market, low volatility tends to say we're going to go up. But it does tell you that a big move will come. And what's very interesting about this particular indicator is that if you look out a few months from the time that the indicator flashes, the price is always higher. So the TLDR here is that I think the data gives us enough confidence that Bitcoin's going to do pretty damn well over the next 3 to 6 months. It's probably going to be a good Q3, Q4 for the cryptocurrency markets unless something dramatic happens to derail that. Now, before I log off in this video, I want to take a quick moment here just to say something. I do a lot of videos where I'm exploring different perspectives on what might happen in the cryptocurrency markets, okay? Sharing people's opinions, theories, perspectives, all that kind of stuff, giving our own take on it. Some perspectives are bullish. Sometimes we're looking at bearish stuff, okay? But I think it's good that we explore different perspectives and consider them because it makes us better as investors. Now, we'll usually indicate in each video where I personally stand on those particular perspectives that we're sharing, but I think it's important for you guys to be able to make your own decisions, and that's why we're doing this educational content all the time. I see the comments sometimes, people are like, Lark, just tell me what crypto I should buy. I want to try to teach you guys how to fish, not just show you where to fish, okay? So for today's topic, I think it's very interesting. I agree with it as it indicated, but we also have some others, like on a few days ago, released a video about the theory that, well, we're just going to have a much longer consolidation period for maybe months and months on end. I didn't necessarily agree with that take. Okay. And obviously now here we are breaking out to new highs just a few days later, which we said in that video, probably going to break out pretty much straight away. And the ranging of Bitcoin for the next 6 months currently appears not to be the most likely scenario, considering we just broke out to new all-time highs. And that's what we talked about in the video that is unlikely to happen. So just because we cover certain topics here on the channel doesn't mean we always agree with them. In fact, I share a lot of things on the channel that I don't agree with, sometimes debunking those, sometimes sharing our hot takes on them, whatever it might be. Again, it's all part of the education to make you guys more informed and better traders and better investors in this market. And it's important to explore different perspectives and to challenge yourself with those different perspectives, because being caught in an echo chamber isn't good for anyone, and it doesn't make you a better investor, and it doesn't make you a better trader. And again, in these videos, we'll always try to let you know where I personally stand on this. I hope it all makes sense. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.